Psycho Massacre Films here.
Dr. Brown 1.
And I'm Deadly Fear 1283, and this is Horror Nights Updaters. There's not a lot to talk about this week, but there are some important things to talk about. Like John Murray's code words. Psycho, would you like to touch on that?
Well, John Murray's been hinting and giving out more information on his progress right now in Halloween Horror Nights over there in Hollywood. He recently posted that he finished up with the Terror Tram, and he is still working on the mazes. I think right now he's on maze number 4. He's starting production and whatever on it. And recently on Twitter he gave out several hints, not one hint, but several on the first code name that he gave out, Trickster. And he said that it was inspired by a movie and it had a classic horror connection. Also that it the facade of the maze is inspired by a real location somewhere in France. And it has to do with one of the time periods he mentions, for example, the Victorian age and the early 20th century. So what I analyzed this and I thought about it, and I kind of concluded that it could be the Phantom of the Opera. There could be a Phantom of the Opera house. And the first off is the Phantom is a universal classic monster. The Palace Garnier Opera House is where the Phantom of the Opera takes place, and it's in France, Paris to be exact. It's inspired by a book. The writer of the Phantom of the Opera is Gaston Leroux. And one of the time periods that he mentioned, and that I stated, Victorian and early 20th century, those are time periods that take place in the Phantom of the Opera. But they mostly take place specifically in the 1890s, late 1880s, around there. But yeah, and the fact that this year is the official 100th anniversary of Universal's legacy of horror, it would make sense to bring the Phantom of the Opera, for example, to the event. If that is the case, of course. So, what do you guys think about that? I think that it's very likely, especially with the hints that John Murray gave out. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, to continue with other stuff you said, John. He also posted that head bust too of the Phantom on his Twitter.
Right.
And also that rumor that I've been saying about Hollywood finally getting a soundstage house, and the one in particular soundstage that they're all talking about is, I think it's the one where they filmed the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I think so too.
Given all the information, a lot of it does point to a Phantom of the Opera house. So, basically what I think is the chance of having a Phantom of the Opera house for Hollywood is pretty high. Not saying Orlando will get a Phantom of the Opera house. So we might have something related. Universal presents House of Horrors. Like, we might see him as a cameo again. Other than that,
yeah.
I doubt Orlando would have a full Phantom of the Opera house. Because technically, it would kind of be repeating what they've been doing for the past couple of years. but you never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next bit of news. The permits for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando will be released pretty soon, like sometime this week or next week. Everyone's been keeping a very close eye on them, and this will tell us whether or not we will have 8 houses this year or fewer or more. But what do you guys think?
I'm pretty confident we'll have 8.
Yeah. Not John Murdy. TJ. TJ actually said in Trans World, someone asked him, a guest, and he said that there will be 8 houses. So, I don't think he would be lying unless there was a change of plans at the last minute, which is possible. But I hope that doesn't happen and that we do get 8 houses again. Cause, that only won't, get us use more of the money that we spend on the event just by going to it, but it will also increase our, the length of our experience, and it will help with the lines and the crowds at the park. So, 8 houses, please. Thank you very much. Good day.
I think the most interesting thing is to see exactly where they're going to put them.
Yeah.
Where the locations will be this year.
I think
I've been hearing a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. But I think they're going to use, obviously they're going to use same locations that they've used in the past. For example, the sound stages that they've been using. I don't know if they're going to use another soundstage. That would be cool because I actually would like more soundstage houses since they are the best in, for example, detail and tech and effects, and actually in scares as well. So at least having one more soundstage house would be nice. And actually, last year Art and Design was actually planning to, when the whole Soundstage 44 Perkinsina building went down, they were actually planning to put a house and another soundstage. I forget which soundstage it was, but they were planning to do that. So, well, anyways, yeah.
It was the one closest to the where is it? The New York fake facade for the library. If you keep going, that it's like, oh crap. I'm trying to think of it kind of looks like a movie theater, like when you're walking. It's on the right. You go to.
I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah. They were going to use that, but apparently they couldn't because they said they put all new flooring in, and it would scuff up the flooring.
Really? They were going to use that?
Yep. They were going to use that building. Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, hopefully this year will not be like last year where there was like no communication between like people building the houses and the higher ups in Universal.
Do you think they're going to use the parade building, like that tiny spot they used like last year?
They might.
Maybe.
On the floats, I think.
That would be interesting.
The parade, right? Or
what's that?
The Senate. I think it depends on where the floats of the Superstar parade are going to be placed. Because I remember last year when I was in the queue line for for House of Horrors, which is in the parade building. On the back side, you can see the freaking float covered. Like in you can see them. So, I mean, and I think half of the parade building was full with stuff in it. So that's why they used the other side instead. Either way, I'm fine with both sides. I actually like the parade building houses, like Silver Screams back in '09. That was pretty good. And The Forsaken was amazing in detail in 2011. So, and House of Horrors was pretty cool. I actually like the front side better because, like, I remember in 2011 they had projections of like water moving and rocking on the parade building for the Forsaken house, and that was really cool. So that was a neat.
Yeah, I prefer that way too.
Yeah. So, but whatever. I'm fine either way. So yeah.
Dr. Jimmy's code word.
Yeah.
I know that one's like Christine.
Yep.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that the latest one?
Silencio.
No, the latest one is Silencio.
Silencio.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could point to the Aztec house that we were supposed to get last year.
Yeah.
And Christine can point to Phantom of the Opera.
Now, Christine, there's actually I think in the guest video for Christine, the code name Christine of Dr. Jimmy, he wears a shirt that it says in the front, "The devil is real," and that is from American Horror Story. And I've been saying a lot that Dr. Jimmy actually, his shirts, he doesn't wear them just to wear them. There's various ones that he wears that are significant, and there are hints. In fact, so, and also it's funny how he wears that shirt when he's talking about Christine, because actually Mr. Horror Nights looked up and researched this, and he found that there is an actress in American Horror Story that her name is Christine. I forgot her last name, but yeah, it's Christine, and that may be the what the code name is hinting to with Christine, American Horror Story. And actually in Hollywood, one of John Murray's hints into one of the mazes is the name game, and that is a song in American Horror Story in season 2. So this makes me think that maybe American Horror Story will be a shared intellectual property house at Orlando and Hollywood this year. So what do you guys think about that? I think that it is possible.
I have
John,
no clue about the show.
You and Dr. Jimmy's shirts.
I know.
I'm
sure.
I
John,
think you could be right though.
John should just make a shirt that says, "I look at Dr. Jimmy's shirts."
I should. Yeah.
John, you have a point. Dr. Jimmy does from time to time wear a shirt that does give a hint to what he is talking about or something that's related to the event. So it's always good to keep an eye on those.
Even the way too, I think when he says them, like the last clue he gave away, he was just in pitch dark. It was just the computer light beaming on him.
Yeah.
So demon eyes.
Yeah, it was just he was just
Was he wearing a Bloody Mary shirt? That's what you said, right?
He was wearing a Bloody Mary shirt, yeah.
It's confirmed. Bloody Mary's going to be this year.
He's the icon this year.
Kane, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Yeah. Vic is in love with Bloody Mary. So last year he wore in one of his videos he wore a Walking Dead shirt, and he actually hinted at it. He did like this. Oh, it's not this. Or he said he was talking about something about one of the houses or whatever, and he's like,
oh well, no, come on, that's when everyone knew Walking Dead was going to be there.
He does it too, I think it was the Devil Wears Red one or whatever the heck it was, John. He walks right up to the camera and just puts the shirt right up and then sits right down.
That's what
really.
That's what he did. He did that with Alice Cooper. He had an Alice Cooper shirt last year, and he did the same thing with the Devil is Real shirt, American Horror Story one. So
the hell did I say? The Devil's Red?
That the Devil is Real.
One of these days, Dr. Jimmy's going to be a guest on this show, Anyway,
So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm Psychomassacre Films.
Dr. Emmett Brown 1.
and I'm Deadly Fear 1283, and this has been Horror Nights Updaters. We'll see you next week or the week after that. So, bye.
Bye, guys.
Batata.